Hello again, it's me, Kevin McCracken. I don't know how this is going to work out because I forgot my tripod today, but I'm down here at the Mexican Embassy in Washington, D.C. Yes, America, right over there. Right over there is the Mexican Embassy. And before I get started, I'm going to tell you my heart goes out for the people of Mexico. Yes, it does. Because of the demand that Americans have for drugs, they are shipping tremendous quantities of drugs into this country. And they've got a war going on in Mexico. 66% of all illegal drugs are used in America by Americans. We're only 6% of the population. The reason there's a drug problem down in Mexico is because they're shipping in here. But I'm here today to talk about shutting the border down, baby. 70% of the illegal drugs come through Mexico, across that border. I'm not lying to you either. If you go and you check with our government, 70% of the illegal drugs come through Mexico. And it's killing our kids. It's killing our kids. And we've got to do something to stop it. And Barack Obama's over there dancing in India and on Comedy Central, and they're shipping truckloads of drugs over the Mexican border. Barack and Eric Holder don't want to shut the border down because of immigration. It's not about immigration, stupid. It's about drugs and it's about violence. Did you know that 66% of our public high schools are drug infested? Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? It means that they're actively selling or using drugs on premises. On premises. Selling or using. Do you know that 31% of our middle schools are actively selling or using drugs in them? 70% of those drugs come from Mexico. That's not their fault. We're the ones using them. But the first step is we gotta shut that border down, baby. I ain't kidding you. Our kids are smoking, snorting, or shooting the stuff, and they're dying. And all these white bread people in Washington, D.C. walk around like it's not a problem. Our kids are dying, stupid. Now, if you live out in the suburbs somewhere and you say those drugs don't affect me, but your 20-year-old son is sitting in the basement all day long playing video games and snorting and smoking and shooting, you got your head up your butt. Drugs affect every part of our society. And it's time that we did something about it. First thing we got to do is shut the Mexican border down. We got to declare war on the Mexican drug cartel. We got to kill the bastards. We got to go after them like they're terrorists. Our kids are dying. The terrorists from the Middle East have not killed as many people as the drugs have killed. And you know what our president does? And Eric Holder, they sue Arizona. And they say, keep the border open, baby. Yes, sir, it's about immigration. It's not about immigration, stupid. It's about drugs and violence. When the Colombian drug cartel lost their power, the Mexican drug cartel took over. Do you know why they call it? Do you know why they call it Mexican drug cartel? Well, stupid, I'll tell you. It's because they ship Mexican drugs into the United States. Our kids are dying from it, and our government's doing nothing about it. George Bush failed us. Barack Obama failed us. We gotta stop the drugs. The Mexican drug cartel is the biggest source of distribution of illegal drugs in the United States, and these slugs down here in Washington, D.C. walk around like everything perfect. Oh, we need comprehensive immigration reform, baby. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. No, we gotta stop the drugs, stupid. Can I say it any more plainer? I'll tell you one more time. We gotta stop the drugs, stupid. Look at them. Does the Mexican government run that place, or does the Mexican drug cartel run that place? My heart goes out for the Mexican people. Almost 30,000 Mexicans have been killed by these drug wars. We got to join with Mexico and stop it. We got to eradicate the Mexican drug cartel. Then what we got to do is we got to address our own problems, because we're the ones who use them. We've got to have education to our kids. You got to have people like me go into our schools and talk to our kids about drugs, because I used them. People like me know what we're talking about. They don't want no snotty Ivy League educated pig coming in and talking to them. They need a people with PhDs in it. We got to go and we got to talk to our kids and we got to educate them. Then what we have to do is we have to have rehab programs. And like it or not, our government, with all this deficit that they're spending on the stimulus money, is cutting the money back to rehab programs. And if they tell you anything else, they're lying to you. We got to have the kids stop going to jail, and we got to have them stop using drugs. 66% of the illegal drugs are used by Americans. No wonder there's a Mexican drug cartel. First thing we got to do is we got to stop the drugs coming over the border, baby. If any pig tells you that this border thing is about immigration, it's about drugs and violence, and our kids are dying because of this, and Barack Obama does not care about it. Eric Holder is suing Arizona. Stop the drugs coming from Mexico, stupid. Jan Brewer, the governor of Arizona, has more balls than Barack Obama, Eric Holder, Janet Reno, and Johnny Morton put together. She stood up to our federal government and said, stop the drugs, close the border down. And Barack Obama says, oh no, it's about immigration. It's not about immigration, stupid. It's about the drugs that are killing our kids. Call your congressman, call your senator, call the White House, and tell them, stop the drugs, close the border. Save our kids. It's not Mexico's fault. We're the ones who are using them. They're shipping them through Mexico because our people want them. We gotta stop the drugs coming in, and then we gotta stop the demand for it. Our politicians make me puke, baby, because they don't care about our kids. They don't care about our kids getting hopped up on crack cocaine, methamphetamines, Mexican heroin, marijuana, cocaine. It's time to take a stand on this, America. Call your representative and demand that they shut down the border. I love you, baby. I love you. But just remember, it's not about immigration, stupid. It's about drugs and violence, and the drugs are killing our kids. And by the way, you like my shirt? It says, stimulus my ass. And the back of my shirt says, something about the donkey is done, baby. I ain't kidding you. The Democrats got their butt whipped bad. And Barack says, everything lovely. I love you, baby. Toodaloo.